For all I care, this market can go pound sand. If I could wring its neck, I would. Can you tell that I was a little bit hot today? Hey, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Friday, May the 9th, and where do I start? I was not a happy camper today with this market. Just insane. Couple really nice setups, in my opinion, really fit my trading plan, really fit my they were good setups as far as what I look for in a break and retest, but just complete fail. And yeah, as upset as I got, I know we're not supposed to trade with emotion, and I try not to, and I didn't, and I stayed out of tilt. I only took 3 trades today, so I didn't overtrade, I didn't go crazy, but it was just another one of those ridiculously frustrating days. So I can show you the couple trades. There's 2 I took on NQ and 1 I took on the Dow. This one, I'm a little bit, this was probably one I maybe shouldn't have taken, because at that time, the ES and the NQ were kind of selling back into the middle of this range. And the reason I took this long was because we were moving down to the daily 50 SMA, and it started to hold. It started to hold really well. I thought it looked like this was going to go, and it just failed. And we just chopped around the daily 50 all day on the Dow Jones. And then I took this long on NQ, and I have to show you the snapshot of what these 2 trades look like. Both of these were breaks and retests of the 20,120 area, 125, 120, whatever you want to call it. And both of them failed. This last one, I was livid. I was livid when I got stopped out. And then this thing goes back up and almost would have hit my first profit target in this trade. Now, one of the things I've been trying to do is I'm telling myself I'm going to try to remove some of the risk and just not risk as much, because I've just been on a losing streak this week. And, you know, unfortunately today we traded these bottom 4, only these bottom 4. So thank goodness didn't trade the top 4. But these 2 are pretty much blown, which is really, really sad. I hate blowing funded accounts. I keep these things for quite some time. Not as long as some, but these accounts here I've had for over 80 trading days. That's several months. And I like that. So I'm pretty sad about this week's performance on these. But what I was saying, like here, I did lose 150. My max loss is 200. I did adjust that. Basically, my thesis behind that was, if I'm trading like a Tradeify or a take profit funded account, I know I don't have any right now, but if I'm trading those, I've got $2,000 to work with, so I'm going to risk 10% of that drawdown. With Apex, I've got 2,500, so I'm risking less than 10%. So that was my thesis behind a $200 risk per trade. Obviously, the bigger the size, the tighter my stop loss becomes. But what I was doing here was just going in with like 2 micros, but then keeping my stop tight, or looking at my entries and saying, where do I need to enter? Where can I enter so that my stop stays below this level to invalidate the trade? And that's what I did on both of these. And this was a $90 loss. This one was a 150. But this one here, I was just so upset when this, I mean, it literally dropped another, 12 or 13 points or something like that below my stop loss. And then it just climbs back up out of here. Just, I don't know, how are you supposed to do that? But the mistake I made was taking these trades in the middle of this range. And, they were textbook as far as they were setups like I'm typically looking for. And I believe the reason they failed, thinking with a clear brain and not with emotion. That's one thing I do like to do, is like, let's go back and what did I do wrong? And that was taking trades in the middle of this range. When we're this week, let me just pull this. Let me show you this. This week, this was junk. That section on the NASDAQ was complete junk. There's no rhyme or reason. We go up, we go down, 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 we go up, we go down. There's just, like, you can't build anything on that. And taking trades within the middle of this range is just, it's suicide. And I did it today, even though the setup was there. I took those trades, and ultimately I paid the price. So let's dive into TradeZilla here real quick. Today, 14.15. Nothing new. We are, I mean, red is the new green, okay? 30% win rate today. I did take a couple overnight trades. I took like 5 trades, but I was green this morning by like $30 or $40. So I put up a couple trades on last night and left them and got a little bit of money out of them. But this week, man, this is the worst red streak I've had since January. I went back and looked. I have not had a 5-day losing streak since January, actually middle of January. So, yeah, it is what it is. Let's look at the trades. I want to show you those last two. Those were really the 2 trades, the big ones today that I really wanted to dissect right here. So this is the first one on the NASDAQ. Break and retest of the 20,120. As soon as I entered, we reversed. Frustrating. This setup looked so good. Look at what this looked like. And if you're a break and retest trader, you understand this. We had the market selling down through this key level, came back up. We wicked right there, which could have been an entry, but there was no real good confirmation unless you grab this green candle. We came back down. We have a wick candle. We have a green candle that engulfs the wick, and that's where I took my entry long. And what happens then is the market goes up, doesn't continue, and just completely falls apart, and then does this V shape, and then ultimately fails down to the overnight lows. So just ugly, 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 ugly. And then the second trade was this one, or the last trade. I guess you could call it the second one, third one, really. This one, this looks, it looks so good. This looks so good when you look at this. Break and retest of the 20,120. ES holding at the 5680 area too. So I had kind of a double confirmation across both of those markets. Absolute crazy. Zero follow through on a very nice set, very good setup. Maddening. I admit I was mad. I was mad when I got stopped out. I really wanted to throw my computer out the window. I really truly did. I'm the win, really, I have to be very honest with you. The win is that I was able to just say, you know what, I'm not going to take another trade. I'm walking away. We're done. This is not going well. And even though I was very frustrated, very mad, there have been times in the past where I would have completely went on tilt and just started slapping, just screw this, I'm going long. I mean, this has got to go. That never works. And that's why I didn't do it today, even though I had smoke coming out of my ears. But anyway, yeah, look at that. I mean, we push up, we push up, we push up. I could have got out of there with about $30-some. It was nothing to get excited about. And we just fail. I mean, this thing just fails. And I mean, I could have, if I would have left my stop at, $200, my stop would have been sitting all the way down here. But to me, that's just like stupid. Why, when we fall below this area, it invalidates this trade. This whole thesis was that in the morning session, we were holding this area. We fell through it. Look at how clean this was. We rejected. So this is resistance. Resistance here again. Resistance here again. We broke through it and flipped it. Look at how clear this flip is. Like in a normal session, you have to take that trade if you're trading break and retest. That is absolute textbook for a move to the upside. And oftentimes that setup right there gives us a 40-point move, 50-point move. Not today, it didn't. And we just fail. Yeah, you can tell. It's upsetting when that fails, and you ask yourself, well, why did it? And again, I have to go back to trading the middle of this range. There were really no trades here today. The only trade was really a short this morning at 10 o'clock, and that was not that clean. It was not very clean. It was not at the level. We were kind of chopping through it. The best place to short it was kind of this push back up, which I wasn't looking for that. It was, I mean, hindsight's 2020. You can see, well, that would have been easy short. I mean, look at that. It's just an easy drop. But in the moment, you're not looking for that. We had tested this. We were above VWAP. I hate shorting into VWAP. By the same token, here I was longing into VWAP. So I did realize that, and I was a little bit skeptical of it. But the the cleanliness of the setup was what created the trade, really. So anyway, let's look at the week as far as what happened per account. So on the top four accounts, we're down $550 on the week. That's not good. This is horrible, down 12 to 1300 per account this week. I mean, talk about wrecking an account. That is how you do it right there. So if you're trying to figure out how to wreck an account, take note. This pay attention. We can show you how it's done. So yeah, I'm pretty much written off the fact that I'm not going to save these accounts. I mean, I've got about $180, $990 in drawdown left. So I mean, there's a chance, but that's just not good. So in these accounts, we had them into profit a little bit and just gave back a crap ton this week. So anyway, where do we go from here? I really truly am thinking about taking some time off. I really am. I love to trade. I really do. I love the markets. I love the challenge. I like, charting the levels. I like making a trade plan, seeing those trades execute. I love the positive and the challenge about that, but I really feel like I need to step away. So, I'll see what Monday looks like. We may or may not take any trades on Monday, and probably not for the rest of the week. Probably not, especially if Monday happens to be red. I don't know. I think I should just walk away for a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm not sure. So anyway, just know that if you don't see any videos coming from Black Coffee Trader, then I'm probably just simply taking a break and deciding to clear the head a little bit and come back on a cleaner note. So last but not least, just a reminder, if I'm gone for a while, that there are a couple sales going on. Apex has that 80% off sale, and Take Profit Trader has that 30% off sale with no activation fee. So a 50K account can be had for like $130, which is really, really nice deal with Take Profit Trader. And again, code BCT gets you the best deal. And I just want to say thank you for those of you that use my code. I do appreciate that very much. It does help me out and supports the channel. So anyway, that is that. And again, thank you for following along. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for just following along on my trading journey. So have a great weekend. And if I don't see you for a week or two, take care, trade well, and so long.